I'm Sonia Marvell Carter, Barbados' Consul General in Canada. I take this opportunity to thank the Caribbean-Canadian Association of Waterloo Region for inviting Barbados to participate in their Black History Month event 2022, and I look forward to our continued collaboration. In this, the month of love around the world, we recognize and celebrate Black history. February, the most unique month of the year, was chosen for global recognition of our story. As we impart knowledge about our Black race, as we illuminate our heritage, highlighting our achievements, heralding our triumphs, recounting our oppression, narrating our enslavement, celebrating our resilience, and documenting our legacy, permit me to take you on a short journey of Black history, Black heritage, and Black achievement, the Barbados Contribution. The very idea of celebrating Black history will always be of special significance to Barbados, given its ignominious status as perhaps the first Black plantation economy in the wake of the transatlantic slave trade. Barbados was the island where the Slave Code of 1661 was created. Barbados, unfortunately, is the island where, in the words of our Prime Minister, the modern institution of racism in the Americas was perfected. If we understand that one of the consequences of the impact of transatlantic slavery was to render Black history as something to be treated with contempt and derision, then we have a solemn and moral obligation, both to our ancestors and to future generations, to redeem our legacy as something of worth and value. I am proud as a Barbadian that over the past 3 years, a number of national events have come together to give added impetus to the acknowledgement and celebration of the country's history as a Black country and its commitment to the spirit of Pan-Africanism. With these national initiatives, Barbados has further amplified its global voice as a champion of removing the remaining vestiges of colonialism, anti-Black racism, and the promotion of the fullest expressions of freedom, equality, and justice. To tell Barbados' story and to give context to the initiatives which have taken place during the last 3.5 years, I must start with our Prime Minister, Mia Amour-Motley, who is not by any means Barbados' first Black activist, but if we speak to recent Black achievements, she would stand tall, not just in Barbados, but on the world stage. The Honourable Mia Amour-Motley, MP, QC and Prime Minister of Barbados, now in her second term, took the world by storm in recent years, having addressed the UN General Assembly in 2018 and more recently COP26 in Scotland. She took to task the leaders of those countries whose fossil fuel emissions are responsible for the detrimental climatic changes in our planet, which, being left unchecked, can decimate our islands and our people. And she stood up to the world, not just on behalf of Barbados, but on behalf of the Caribbean and all small island developing states. Prime Minister Motley, Barbados' first female Prime Minister and a strong advocate of Black history, a strong supporter of people knowing their history, a strong supporter of educating the masses and preserving our heritage, has since 2018 led our country through and into a number of national initiatives. Please note that this list is not by any means exhaustive. And as this piques your interest, as I am sure it will, and you continue to do your own research, you will note that our government has been building on and continues the work of those who have come before us. These national events include, but not necessarily in order of occurrence, the movement from a constitutional monarchy to a parliamentary republic, and the installation of our first Barbadian head of state as president. Next, we have the development of the historic Golden Square Freedom Park, located in the center of the capital city. This is a reminder of the sacrifices made of life and liberty in the 1930s to allow future generations to enjoy life in an independent nation. We also have the commencement of the creation of the Barbados Heritage District, including a memorial, a major global research institute, and a museum located in the Newton Plantation outside of the country's capital. And this is dedicated to accurately recounting the historic and contemporary impact of slavery on Barbados and on the lives of individuals, cultures, and nations of the Western Hemisphere. Another initiative is the opening of Barbados's first embassies in the continent of Africa, and those embassies are in Kenya and Ghana. The signing by Barbados and Kenya of 3 major agreements: an air services agreement, a memorandum of understanding in the establishment of a joint committee on trade investment, and a memorandum of understanding in the development of the National Botanical Garden. We also moved a resolution on Black Lives Matter in our national parliament, showing its commitment to championing and advocating for the cause of freedom and respect for human rights, inclusive of the eradication of all forms of anti-Black racism. And the final initiative I will highlight was the removal of the statue of the British pro-slavery Admiral Lord Horatio Nelson from the island's capital city, a statue which had been erected in March of 1813 and finally taken down in November of 2020. Barbados considers Black History Month as an indispensable aspect of the road towards mental emancipation of Black people everywhere. The words of Marcus Garvey, made more popular by reggae icon Bob Marley, echoes loud and clear in this regard. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. This has become the virtual, unofficial anthem for us, the descendants of slavery. Black History Month must be at the very least a time when the culture and contributions of the African diaspora all over the world take center stage and the spirit of Pan-Africanism shines bright. I wish you much illumination, revelation, and even clarification as we celebrate Black history. Thank you.